Scandinavian people, I have just discovered the single worst case of narcissism that I have ever witnessed personally, one-on-one. Today, I realized it was narcissistic personality disorder. To contextualize the situation, I used to work at Callaway's nursery. I thought it was a subliminal message for, callaways like homelessness, LGBTQ homelessness. Not at first, but I grew to accept that for myself. And I was living in Austin, and I met this person. I hung out with homeless people all the time. And somewhere around the middle portion of the time I was living there, I moved into a new place. After I moved into this new place, they put a ban notice banning homeless people from the premises, such that if you were to come in contact with a homeless person or see a homeless person, it was supposed to be reported. Me and the staff were not on great terms, in my opinion. I just didn't agree with that. I also just don't agree with that. Homelessness. And, yeah. So I'm thinking about doing a documentary. I want to make sure all the gay guys, if there are any gay guys, that they get like a documentary film. Why? I don't know. I thought it would help. So somebody had just sprayed something down my throat, like while I was sleeping. And I had imagined like something like that happened to fucking everybody. Right outside of where I used to live, there used to be a homeless encampment, and while I was living there, they made everybody move out and banned camping. And yeah. And so I was wondering where they were. And I used to go to this park, and every single day I would see the same guy living in a concrete tube. And he would say hello and like weird stuff. And he recognized me when time I was there after hours, and he was standing in the tree line. And he said, "Hey, what's up?" And I saw him. Oh my God, what a cool guy. I wonder where he's from. I used to go to this restaurant called Einstein's Bagels. Einstein's Bagels is like 20 minutes from my apartment. It's halfway on the way to the park that I go to every day. During this time, I'm driving, I see a homeless guy. There's like no homeless people around. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go talk to this guy. And I get out, and they're staring straight at me. And I look up, and they're staring straight at me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why are they staring at me? Like, that's super fucking weird. But I had a really cool shirt on, and I was like high as hell. So it's like, oh, it's just that. It's just because I'm a cool, nice, approachable person. It's comforting to look at a calm person. And so I get out, I park, and I get out, and I walk out there with my dog, and I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? Are you homeless? And this was like, yeah, I'm homeless. And I said, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I thought you were a homeless gay, like 12-year-old for some reason. So I'm just making sure. And they were like, no, I'm not. Da 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 da. Long story short, like, I'm like, okay, well, do you need anything? And all they wanted was a pack of cigarettes. And so I'm like, okay, girl, I got you a pack of cigarettes. Go. And so we go and get the cigarettes, and this house sitting in the car smoking. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a gay guy. That's why I thought you were a gay guy. I think all the homeless guys are gay guys. Sometimes I think they're homeless children because LGBTQ youth are like disproportionately affected by homelessness. And I'm so like, I don't know, like I just don't live that life, I guess. So I never get to see that firsthand. I've never got to see that firsthand. I've never noticed that. But that's what they say and the statistics say. And this hoe was like, I was living with the gay guy and they raped me or some shit. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, that is fucking terrible. And I was like, that's so funny because I was hanging out with this guy. I just had an anal surgery and I was hanging out with this guy. And after the first time, he sucked me off like the first time we met on a dating app, right? Totally consensual. And I said we could be friends. He straight up would, like every night after that we hung out, he would act like really drunk. Like pretend like he's like, woo, going in and out. And like try to touch my penis. And I would be like, bro, what are you doing? I don't want to do that. And like, I would say I'm kind of asexual now because of my surgery. I don't like having sex. It makes me uncomfortable. And I told that bitch I was like straight up getting sexually assaulted every single night. And at first I thought it was the same guy. So I was like, oh my God, this is about to be funny. This was like some night, like right before he asked me to hang out, because he would always ask me to hang out when this one bar would open. It would only open one day a week because he had nobody else to go with them. So, by the way, I thought this guy was homeless. He lives in a shed. He looks homeless, but he kind of wasn't homeless if he's renting out a illegal apartment. So I was like, oh my God, like, what if it's the same guy? So I was like, he's probably was homeless and probably did do that. And so I was like, oh, I guess you can like stay over if you want. Like, I don't want you to get raped or anything. And they probably said like no at first and like texted me later. I forgot what happened, but they ended up staying there. And they like called me to get them when I was like really fucked up. I had done like a shitload of K. So like while I'm walking to my apartment, I'm literally like acting insane right after the homeless ban. So I'm like with this homeless guy, I'm like, and I opened it up, I opened my place up, and I'm like, I guess you could sleep on the bed or the floor or wherever you want. But I'm like, at the back of my mind, I'm like, I hope I don't steal all my stuff. I wasn't that scared about it because they were like a little bit small. Remember, I thought they were like a homeless LGBT fucking youth. And like, this hoe like whipped a razor blade out at me. And I was like, wait, is this hoe about to stab my ass to death? What the fuck? And they didn't, but I forgot what the fuck they were talking about, and it scared the shit out of me. And I was like, oh my God, I like kind of have to get rid of this guy. That was like scary AF. I don't think I can leave him alone in my apartment. I don't want him to set any like booby traps. And then I was literally like, oh my God, that's not the first. That was like not supposed to be my message to all my like hyper vigilant neighbors that I was about to be getting cut up, because they would just have to have them for me. I swear to God. Oh my God, the biggest bitches of all time. But I just sat there and I was like, what? And like I've probably like played some music or something. And then like they gifted me the razor blade. I thought we should go get like a drink. It might help him like chillax. So we went to this bar. We were gonna go to this bar, but it was a little bit late. So we went to the 7-Eleven that I always go to. There was a 7-Eleven corner store that I'd always go to. It was 24/7. And we pull up and they're like doing something weird. I remember like, oh my God, they like think they just like fucked up and like just lost their whole living situation because of that what if. And they made this like little bouquet of flowers. They handed it to me. And, you know, I accepted it as like an apology kind of because I was like, that was like Delulu and scary if. And, yeah. So I'd hung out with a lot of homeless people before, but not really that many at my place. Only a couple of gay guys. And like I was scared they were all on like court ordered medication, like my friend, and like trying to get rid of like cancer and stuff. So we were trying to sit outside. So I thought we were in the same situation. Girl, this hoe is evil. Like this homeless man that I brought back that, you know, like has been stalking me. Like stalking me. And just for reference, I just wanted him, you know, like I kind of wanted to say no after that. But I let them spend the night. And then we went to this bar. And why I thought they were a really nice person. I thought they were a really nice person after this. First, I'm going to reveal that they're stalking me and smear campaigning me right now. But this hoe is sitting there with his little beer and coloring and drawing. Because he like asked for art supplies for some reason. And I bought him art supplies. Like, that's not a super unhinged thing. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And he like kneels down and I'm like, oh my God, like what is this bitch fucking trying to play my ass as, like dumbass? You know, like your ass is not. And like then I was like, whoa, to like no, something's going on. And like they said, I don't know what was going on, but I think it was because somebody was stalking them. And they said it was their ex-girlfriend. I was like, damn, that bitch is bad as hell. Like, I thought you were a homeless 12-year-old gay child. That is scary. And that's weird. So I was like, sussy baka, bro. Sussy baka. But I actually really liked them after that. I was like, wow, that's so cool. I guess, like, a homeless person. That's what I knew deep down. Like, all homeless people would be super educated and super creative and super on. And I was like, yeah, live free, be you. I bought them clothes, too. They asked for clothes. And I was going to get them baby clothes, too. And, yeah, because apparently they had a baby. But, I didn't know that for sure. You know, they showed me a baby picture, and I thought about all the baby pictures I had, you know? Like, I probably should start doing that. Yeah, I have a baby. For all of the babies I've taken a picture with. But I don't know. But they also said something really weird. Oh, yeah, like the very first fucking day. One of those first fucking days. They said they were like super nice. They were like, my mom loves gay people. And I was like, really? Wow, that's amazing. Like, what do you mean? And she was like, oh, she just loves gay people. She'll give you a bag. She has tons of YSL bags. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. But, like, I wouldn't do that, you know. But, you know, at the back of my head, I was like, why are you homeless then? really like unusually. And like they said their mom worked at fucking iHeartRadio, or was the owner of iHeartRadio, or the CEO of iHeartRadio. So like, okay. And they were just wearing their fresh fit. Like, I had just let them borrow this shirt I got off of Grail, this designer shirt. Super nice, super cute. Like, barely worn by me. I thought it was like a nice homeless vibe for them. Like, okay. And, like, they met up with their friend or whatever. But, like, people started, like, trying to make me homeless. And, like, I don't know why. Like, really fucking weird. Like, I don't know, like going with that I look homeless, that I am homeless, that I'm like homeless, like adjacent, like suicidal, schizophrenic. And I was like, what is happening? So I hit up this other gay guy that I used to know that was also homeless. And I started hanging out with him just for my own safety, you know? And yeah. So nothing's going on. Like, I accidentally didn't let them in one time when it was like 3 a.m. and they never came back. And I think I was supposed to pick them up and I didn't pick them up. So maybe they're like holding like a deep, evil fucking resentment against my ass for that. But I don't think so. Because, like, shortly after that, I told my friend, you know, he didn't say anything about it. Like, he didn't say he was the rapist or anything weird like that. But I told my friend that I had been going out with that this homeless guy said he got raped by some gay guy because they were homeless. And I slept outside for 4 days. And I messaged him like, hey, I'm like hella homeless like right now. Like, could I like spend the night in your shed? Naturally. And he was like, yeah, of course. And I do. And I wake up and I'm like raped. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, did they do that because I said I was homeless? Or like, why do they think they're getting away with that? And so I like contacted the police and they were like, you're going to have to get a rape kit. But I had my dog in the car. Nobody agreed to watch my dog or help me. Why that is, I don't know. I think they're just rapists. They want to like attribute that to themselves. Their like natural narcissistic adeptness. So like narcissists might do that. But like straight up like 2 years later, like I've had to go homeless multiple times. Like multiple false incarcerations for like mental illness, like the classical queer erasure story, basically callaways and everything. And this bitch has some fucking nerve. This hoe, instead of being, you know, the nice good Samaritan, is choosing, you know, the evil fucking stalker. This hoe is like breaking down in front of me because they have one stalker, like couldn't talk, could not move. And like this hoe is stalking me, okay? So like why they're doing that, I have no idea. Like, but I hope they don't have my location. But whoever is giving out my location is a dirty, dingy, ugly hoe. Dirty, dingy, ugly. Personality, other ways too. So, but literally today, like somebody's going through this course of events, like right before I got raped, because I had this huge narcissistic wave of people and flying monkeys after me after I got raped, rape denial based. Of course, like that would never happen, right? People were genuinely convinced that I was schizophrenic and that I had to, you know, be schizophrenic because nobody would be, you know, that rape denial-y. But yeah, they fucking were. It was really, really weird and off. And so this lady is like going through, like trying to help me get like sexual liberty and survive Munchausen's by proxy and like 3 forms of cancer. And like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to like more contextualize this. But there is some little like child that drives around, and I'm thinking I'm schizophrenic at that point. I'm like, this is my schizophrenia is turned up to a 10, bitch. This is like episode 15, you know, like 5 stars, like everything. And this bitch is defending me and defending me. I'm like, yay, yay, solace. I can maybe sleep at night. This little devil comes around the corner and tells me to shut the fuck up. Tells my schizophrenia to shut the fuck up. No, bitch. Let me walk over here and see who that is. So I do. And I'm like looking, and I'm like, who is that? That's some random child. And then there's this other child. That I was like, yeah, these look like children. I'm like, what? Like, who's telling me to shut up? And it looks like this guy. It looks like a child version of that guy. So I was like, oh, hell nah. You are not stalking me. No. Not when it's just, like they're related or something. Super fucking weird. So they probably are related. But, yeah. We're gonna have to get a restraining order for both of those times. So. And that's obviously some homophobe. He was lying to build rapport. That's what narcissists do. If he's gonna stalk me, you know, he probably wants to change the narrative that I'm after him, that was his original, you know, thing. It's probably really aggressive. But, you know, I have all these people trying to create like false narratives after I got raped, like, and like this bitch is, they're kind of like trying to go for I'm copying them. So what they're actually doing is no cap, like copying LGBT youth culture. Like, I don't think he has to give his mom cancer. That's genuinely what I thought. But like gay guys have to do, like, go through that fight every single day. So I think they're kind of trying to benefit off of, you know, like real gay trauma. It's really weird that they have such a low empathy scale that they can't, you know, not try to stab somebody at first. But of course, that will help you profile stalkers and rape denialists and predators. So it's not bad. But yeah, like, girl, they're gonna have to be got back with everything. Look at everything they do. No, they're every kind of predator against. They're like, they heard I got raped by a Mexican boyfriend. They want to go get in with, you know, my sister and play both sides. Yeah, you got raped. You can't say that. That's nasty. That's a nasty, evil person. And like, remember? Oh, I forgot. This hoe had veneers. So that's why I kind of thought they were a homeless child, because like their teeth were like so big and white. I was like, what the fuck? And yeah. And so like, I'm pretty sure like the evil narcissist in this bitch, like this bitch, I grew up in a Munchausen's by proxy household. These bitches do not brush their teeth. Okay? Like, my sister has never brushed her teeth or like anything. And so I think she thought that's how that was done. Or some weird ass shit that if I got homeless, I would start losing my teeth. So while I was homeless, I actually like lost a filling, and I have a cavity. And my teeth started hurting. I was like, oh my God, they are doing that. So it's really fucking weird. I mean, if they shouldn't be that, you know, vulnerable to their, narcissism. That's really fucking weird. That would be really narcissistic to think, somebody was saying that they got raped for the sake of copying you when they're undergoing narcissistic abuse. And of course, we have this huge evidence of people copying me in a corporate psychopath way. That's just super antisocial behavior. But to do that to a gay guy is a crime against humanity. And they know that. That makes them feel special, makes him feel powerful. He gets power over all gay guys, especially the ones that gets raped. Now he gets to make it that they're making that up for him. Even though they're just some random, homeless 12-year-old you're trying to help, it turns out that they're hiding the fact that they use strictly narcissistic principles. That's just weird AF. So, yeah. But this could be a real crime against humanity, y'all. Because remember that lady that she said was stalking him, that fat bitch? They tried to lock me in jail for schizophrenia, with people smear campaigning me, chasing me around, trying to kill me with cleaner, as a way of making me doubt my own reality, so that they could probably or maybe get away with narcissistic abuse. So they want me constantly questioning my reality like somebody else so that they could get away with narcissistic abuse. Bitch, don't be a fucking psychopath. Like, this could be a real homophobe. If they're demanding some kind of level of corporate psychopathy like that, these are homophobes. These are the people to look out for. So what are they after that point trying to do to get out of being homophobic to me? It'd be interesting to see. It'd be, interesting, at least we get to hear they're trying to make, this narrative that's impossible that I got raped. That was the original narrative of the narcissistic smear campaigners. That I lie about everything. That I'm a sociopath for communicating in subliminal messages. Of course, all these people got subliminal messaging from a story shared with me when I was in 5th grade in my own confidence. So they're just existing in my confidence, acting like that's what I'm doing, that's what I'm saying or something. Of course, that's not true. Like, that's just what somebody thinks. Like, if I want to say Trump is antisocial, that would be that bitch driving that into a hill. Like, nobody would carry that far, even though that probably is true. They wouldn't make that their whole, psychoanalysis. Like, imagine if it would be like, no, that's like Trump, or something like that. It's almost like that. I was like, girl, no. Plus, they're like putting on this whole character. They're using a really gay voice. But, yeah, it's homophobic abuse. It's supposed to be like communing with, narcissists. But, what? Like, I think I added them on Snap. They're going through all of my phone, like, trying to get me arrested. So you see, as in, like, narcissistic abuse, there's something about gang stalking where they have to follow you and try to, pick apart what you're doing to rationalize why they get to stalk you, and why they get to torture you, why they get to harm you. So that's the point of actually stalking you, to find something to rationalize the fact that they are stalking you, trying to hurt you. So this hoe is stalking me, trying to rationalize, why they're trying to hurt me, since they were getting stalked. And, at that time, I'm sure I'm the only bitch in that hoe that would ever fucking help. I'm not stalking them. Like, I was genuinely thinking I was helping them get away with stalkers. I wouldn't help them that much if they don't end up being a gay guy. But they said they got raped by a gay guy. So I was like, no, that's not happening. But yeah. And this bitch is stalking me. And I think with their like mom and whole family unit, it's like I have to get separated from my family unit for them to have a false narrative about me. CEO of iHeartRadio, according to them. I hope not anymore. I hope by the time I'm done with these projects that it could just be the worst homophobe of all time. You know, just because I said that, because I'm the gay guy. You know, like, how do I not know they're not mirroring me? Somehow they're coming here where I was born, trying to walk the streets, live in my skin. That's disturbing. I mean, world-class homophobe in her opinion, just because she can get away with it. That is called corporate psychopathy. That is antisocial personality disorder. Who's going to progressively protect gay people from violence? When is that going to happen? I'm just tired of it. No, they're purposely trying to abuse an in vitro baby from Scandinavia because I got raped, probably on camera, you know, by they're hoping to misrepresent as themselves. Antisocial, you know, to the full extent. And I can't be constantly recording them. I don't want to focus on their life. You know, I have other things. I have my own life. I don't want to be smear campaigned by them. I don't want to watch children. There's this whole queer erasure narrative that I have to watch children and my life has to be involved with children instead of being a private equity CEO. Another reason why I could have helped that bitch is because I thought they were a fucking CEO's son. Like, who knows? I could have had a change of heart and fucking, you know, switch grab the razor blade and snatch them back. You never know. This hoe, like, literally made a little gift basket with 2 razor blades in it and gave it to me. And is now stalking me, my ass. Complete Lulu. But you know why I didn't buy him clothes for his kids as a final note? I gave them $200. They bought cocaine, and they didn't give me a single bit of it. They just thought, no sharing. I've done this all the time. I've done that with multiple homeless people. I've given them $500, $1,000. They'll always come back with something. That's the point. That's the culture. Like, if he doesn't understand that, there's something really weird going on. So, I'm glad you guys get to know. But yeah, that was in Austin, you know, following me all over the place. They said they were originally from South Lake. Who knows? That's kind of weird. You know, like, no offense to him or anything, but like that was like really nice to do, to like house somebody like that, especially if they're not a gay guy. You know, like, girl, you're taking up the gay guy's time. Those guys, including me, are not the gay guys that are raping, okay? Like, no. And I wish I could know who that is or what that is about, or what if that's not even true? Like, you never know. In my opinion, I had analyzed that they thought they could successfully, you know, get away with that because I had nobody to tell, and my parents obviously wouldn't help me at that point. So, but I should have got a rape kit. That's really fucking weird. That's really fucking evil. Like, and you know, I was raped right before that too. I came home one night after going out with my ex-boyfriend. My sister said, "You got raped. You were out all night. You passed out and you got raped." So, like, even when I don't want to get raped, they think I have to get raped for them. So we're going to have to go through everything that they do. No, they do that to be a bigot and a homophobe and to fetishize in vitro fertilization babies from Scandinavia. It's the sad reality, but it's the truth.